So the Cowboys ended up signing Josh Butler. He's 5'11", right at 182. Some reports have him right at 6 foot. Quick for his size. He's a 4'4" guy. He redirect. He's a physical guy. Don't show up on the stat sheets, but I can tell you he keeps everything in front of him. I do like that aspect of it, and you guys know how I see things. I look at it whereas you give a guy a chance, you give a guy an opportunity. With this particular staff and system, anything can pop off and jump off. So Josh Butler, props to you. Shout out to you. This also says this with the Cowboys that, with that spot that they're looking to fill in with their voided spot with DBs, they have reservations, and they want to see if it's a guy that they can find out of the mud and see if they can get him out of the mud to make those things. Now, he got good hips. I think he flexed pretty well in transitions there. I do like seeing that out of Josh Butler. The things just don't show up on the stat sheet. But as a DB, you want to move your feet. You want to keep your shoulders squared right there, and you see that. He's smooth in and out of his cuts. I like what I'm seeing out of Josh Butler. I can't wait to see him compete out there for a spot. Keep this in mind. Anything can pop off. Legends are made, man, off the practice squad, believe it or not. Also, when you start to look at this and you say this, the other guys that's on the team already, they got to have in their mindset to say to themselves, if this guy's hungry and he's fighting for a spot and role and he got nothing to lose, keep this in mind. That should elevate the other guys. On top of that, also understand that for USFL, it's a bridge and an alleyway for him to gain knowledge and pick up things, right, that can be used in the NFL. And when you start to look at everything and say to yourself, hey, if this guy's out there, not just for the Cowboys, his resume is being built for the other 31 teams out there. And can he come down and field? Yeah, he can do that. The mindset, the mentality, those things, playing close to the LOS or playing on the outside. There are things and concepts that he brings to the table that I'm seeing that I like. Now, granted, like I said, he don't have a lot of gaudy stats, but I'm looking at a guy who's not afraid to come down and field, a guy that can bring some pressure. And 4-4 speed is just 4-4 speed. You can play him inside. You can play him on the outside. Hey, hip to hip right here. Contest the ball, keeping everything in front of him. I like seeing this, especially out of a DB, and making sure to keep his head out there and come down and make the play. Those are things that I look for, and you can literally see it out there on his tape. So he's aggressive. He play a good D, the boundary, and he fight for the ball, claw it out there. And he's one of those guys that he's gritty. He's not going to give you a lot of real estate. I do like that mindset, and he's always hungry. I do like press cover corners who's not afraid to get down in there, squeeze off the edge, and make a sack here and there. I like that, and the only way he can get that is out of being able to play that press, to play down the inside, to also, if you're going to try to fit the ball in there, you got to fight for it. Nothing is given to you freely. I do like that, and then keep this in mind. For what he got going for him in his bag, he never played with a Parsons up front, right? He never played with a big Jonathan Hankins up front. He never played with other DBs with his kind and caliber of jazz and finesse. So all of this stuff can work out for the good. That's why I always root for the underdog. And then on top of that, you always can make you a showcasing on special teams. We already know how that is, and that block was everything. So when I look at those things, it's the little things, fighting through the hands, right? And get that ball up out of there, and then get nasty with it and let the opposition know that it's going to be not a short night for you, a long night. And those things go a long way, pay heavy dividends with that. And I like what I'm seeing out of Josh. I just want him to be able to keep that same energy during training camp. And I know everybody going to be yelling, "Camp body," in the chat. But, hey, that's where you got to get it. And that's where he got to get it. And that's where he got to understand that even though he a camp body, he could be somebody by the end of camp if he make those necessary plays. And everything is bright out here when the stars are aligned. And I'm talking about on the side of your helmet. So we'll see if he can make it to preseason and continue to make these type of plays. Yeah, that's good technique on the side right there, boundary. Yeah, he was in that zone over there. So knock that ball up out of there. Keep fighting through it, playing through the echoes of the whistle. I like what I'm saying, Cowboy Nation. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concern. Can he get to the edge? Yeah. Get to the edge. Seal it off. That's what we like to see. Tenacity, mindset, stopping the opposition, playing through the echoes of the whistle. Get around there. Yeah. And get that ball up out of there. Cowboy Nation, let's see what Josh can do on this next level. And even if he's making it to the practice squad or the last guy in, who knows? We've seen crazier things happen in Cowboys land. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.